Took 3 years to make this album. We've got 2 weeks to make this film. So, I am gonna make us an ed right now. Sometimes you can't quite have a full band, unfortunately, so you have to make one. In the words of the guy from In the Loop, it's difficult, lemon difficult to promote an album during lockdown. And we obviously can't do a gig, so this film is our substitute for that. You know, we're really grateful that you're sort of entertaining us sort of messing around.
If I believed in God, then I would ask him to bring back your smile. Now that it's been such a while, as I'm wiping the tears from your eyes, ask why. So tell me, did the sky seem darker today? Did your body feel tired and lame? Could you wake up and face the day? Your eyes going bloodshot again, and it tears me apart too. All I can offer are words, but I know that they'll never do. Bloodshot again, and it tears me apart too. All I can offer are words, but I know they'll never really do.
You alright? I'm Josh.
What's up, party people?
No.
What? Okay. So, yeah. Well. That was silly.
Tail end of a winter's day, we chase the dying embers of sunlight to a hill with a view upon a dirty city's dusk, casting gold dust slipping through our hands like time. This place will never bore, but chokes you up and spits you out and leaves you wanting more. And the clock is ticking loud, time is slipping far too fast. We can seize it, and the hours will run away. Minutes and seconds turn to days, but we can seize them. Oh, we can seize them. Oh, we can seize them. And to the dead center of town, we'll walk like we've got time to. To the opening of the green that stretches out beyond the mist, to where the birds might chase you. And the clock is ticking loud, time is slipping far too fast, but we can seize it, and the hours will slip away. Minutes and seconds turn to days, planned it anyway, and how the years just slipped away and dropped us here today. Through a grubby tunnel deep, with iron beasts that screech like only true trains do, to where the cars all spit out fumes, paint the walls all black as sirens scream. And the clock is ticking loud, time is slipping far too fast, but we can seize it. And the hours will slip away, minutes and seconds turn to days, but we can seize them, oh we can seize them, oh we can seize them.
My mustache. No one else has a mustache in the band.
That little sprinkle of basil that you put when you finish a like pasta dish. You notice it's there, but it's not particularly necessary. Just kind of looks nice.
Brass. Mixing and the recording and stuff. I think it was quite a nice dynamic between, sort of back and forth dynamic between me and Dom in getting the record done. And what I usually meant was, I was muting stuff and he was arranging to get more stuff recorded. And I think we kind of met in the middle, and we tried to make, hopefully we've made a record that's interesting. But yeah, I think my main contribution to the band is just being ruthless with the mute button.
We got a tip off earlier today that Josh Wilde, talent of the morning shift, should be knocking around these parts. Supposedly being at a party. Hopefully we'll be able to see him, get an interview with him. Well, that looks like him. Josh! Josh! Mr. Wilde, do you have any comment on your upcoming release? Masterpiece. Do you have anything else to say? Buy it.
At the world's end as it all crashes down and burns beyond horizon's reach. Nothing ever breaks clean, and splinters pierce too deep to mend and bury themselves to scar the lessons of loss to teach. Were it all foreseen, the pain, the sorrow, the joy, the waters of fondness that flow, I would let them wash over me, but now I'm afraid to see. But forever is no more, but lover, let me implore you to wait a little more time for a moment so sublime. Train headed too fast for the buffer, with no brakeman on board to save us this time. So we sit back, relax and wait for our collision. It's the easy way to face all of the decisions that we'll make. Parting in the waters of fondness that flow. I'd still let them wash over me again. But now I'm afraid to see that forever is no more. But lover, let me implore you to wait a little more time, a moment so sublime to come. Here comes the end, forever stalking our hands entwined, its shadow lurking in everyday delight. Prizing them apart, destroying by design. Here comes the end, it's followed forever, and now's the time. But were it all foreseen, the pain, the sorrow, and the joy, the union, the parting, the waters of fondness that flow, I would let them wash over me. But now I'm afraid to see that forever is no more. But lover, let me implore you to wait a little more time for a moment so sublime to come. That forever is no more. But lover, let me implore you to wait a little more time for a moment so sublime to come.
Ed, my dear, tell me, what is your favourite memory of working today?
Looking and being able to be in the same room and work with the genius that is Sam Lovelace.
Yeah, your lips kind of didn't move there, Ed.
No, I've been working on my lip syncing, hence my my voice, how it's a little bit tense.
Yeah.
Sam's lips aren't moving either, you see? And if his lips are moving, then it looks like you're talking, but they aren't. Good on you, mate.
The bass line for that track is just so much fun to play. It feels very desert bluesy. It feels very kind of gritty and grimy. And it's not until quite recently, embarrassingly recently, that I actually listened to the lyrics for this song. And it's so, I feel a lot of connection with that song. Coming home from school at 4, and I'm coming home to you once more. Though we fell out of love years ago, the mortgage is too high to leave, and so the kid looks up and what he thinks is love, a faded smile beamed down from above. He may never know what's going on below, but the band needs feeding, you know. And your curls don't fall quite like they used to. Your eyes, they don't shine in mine like they used to. I fell in love long ago, but now it's gone, and I hate you now. got a good 10 years before we're free. No chance for parole from the chains that keep me tied to you, to the boy, to the car, to the gas bills and water rates and so much more. There's a bottle at home and I'll drink it in one. It takes the sting away. Maybe you'll be pretty again. 'Cause your curls don't fall quite like they used to. Your eyes, they don't shine in mine like they used to. I fell in love long ago, but now it's gone, and I hate you now.
The song I connect with the most is definitely Hiding Days. I remember hearing it for the first time years ago. Dom played it when I first joined the band, and I just was obsessed with it ever since. I've cried to it many a time, but it's a song that really makes me think of the people I love, my family, my friends, and just, I guess, makes me think about how you need to live life as much as you can, do everything you've ever wanted to do, because one day life is going to catch up and we're going to start getting old and we're going to lose our memories. We might forget our friends and forget faces, but that's okay as long as we live life to the fullest while we can.
So in 1942 you met Mum?
Yes, I was walking in the lakes and
Whereabouts?
I was at Keswick and I wanted to get down to Borrowdale. I think there was a station at Keswick and I think I'd come by rail, and then this vehicle came and Irie was on it, and so we went to Borrowdale, and then eventually we got to Hollister. So she was by herself.
So
again.
you come up from London?
Yeah.
To go to a holiday during the war?
During the war, yeah. I think Doris, nursing uncle, wasn't able to come. She was on duty, so Irene said she'd go on her own. She did. She met me.
Nurse, oh nurse, this body is quickly growing thin. The ears that heard laments of pipers mountainside are failing now. The legs that walk through valleys deep are aided by a frame of steel now. The eyes that looked upon the snow-capped mountain see such things no more. The Birdsong that once sounded loud is dulling into silence. Take me back to Highland days, Lakeland loves and strolling in the dales. Back in time to when these two legs could carry me again. Back to when this hand was holding out a wedding ring. Because here in this room stand just pictures of a vista far away. And strangers open armed with gifts whose faces are just pleading to be known. Stranger, oh stranger, you talk to me of days in your youth, of time spent in Yorkshire towns that once I'm sure I've called home. And every story seems like it should be familiar to me, like the picture on the wall of a smile looking back at me. Cause here in this room stand just pictures of a vista far away. Strangers open on with gifts whose faces are just pleading to be known. And home could be anywhere but this plain white-walled room, with these strangers open armed with gifts pleading to be known.
So we went up to Homister, which is still there, by the way, Honesty Youth Hostel. And then you see we walked across the Buttermere Fells. We booked in at Black Sail Youth Hostel, which was basically like a mountain hut. And so Ian had booked there as well. I asked her to marry me.
This memory is fading.
Humans, just all humans.
Well, Josh would be a raccoon. Dom is probably a dog. Well, I feel like Sam's maybe represented by a lemur. Wolfsohn. I think some kind of like a spider, because he is always working really, really hard. I want to call Ed a cat. I feel like a cat would probably represent Ed quite well.
Sam is a corgi, of course. Josh Wolfsohn, he's an eagle. Dom is a cat. Josh Wilde is a beaver, for some reason. Aidan is a bear.
Aidan, meerkat. I bet I'm not the only person that says that. Josh, otter. I don't know how to represent his black curly hair. I said, otters don't have hair. Right. Sam, the giraffe. Ed, a shark. Dom, I can't think of an animal that is as bad at jumping as Dom is.
That was the first song that I learnt the lyrics to. Well, I mean, the first song that I learnt the song title for. Up until then, I've always had, well, no, I still do. For all the songs we have, there's too many names. I learn them by the one that's saying sounds like Jason Derulo or things like that. Or we have, what other ones do we have? Yeah, I mean, all of them have their own nicknames. So this is the one that I learned. And now, I even know what the first line is as well. If you believe in God. If you believe in God, you'll smile. Such a wow, see? I'm smashing it.
I think it's time we went and left. I've been inside too long and need a rest from screens, guitars and articles in magazines. The days are short, the nights are long. You know it, honey. You have sat through both with matchsticks on your eyelids for good luck. Pull up a search for somewhere in the sun. What else is there to spend my savings on? Where would you rather be? Where would you rather be? Anywhere but here. Anywhere but here. The other day we went and walked amongst the foxes and the trees, and we looked down upon the Thames that flowed away. It seemed so very easy to carve out from the mud and from the stone a path to the place that it was wanting to go. Where would you rather be? Where would you rather be? We're sick and we're tired of the coldness outside and inside us. The bags under our eyes and the frowns that we hold on to. Pull up a search for somewhere in the sun. What else is there to spend my savings on? Pull up a search for somewhere in the sun. What else is there to spend my savings on?
Excellent. Josh, lovely to meet you. I've been dying to meet you for so long. Really big fan of yours and the Morning Shift. Where would you rather be? Your debut album, 3 years in the making. Me, your fans, we've been dying to know what has taken so long.
We started with something so pure, but we wanted more. So we chose to take our time and explore love, hate, touch, smell, taste, loss. But it didn't work. So we just recorded the old songs.
The Morning Shift have never confirmed the meaning of their songs. But the most widely spread fan theory, which I particularly resonate with, is that there's an overarching story of falling in love and out of it again, of feeling lost and of losing, highlighting the mundane terror of time. Have the fans got it right?
No.
think Dom really hit the nail on the head with that one. I sometimes pick up an acoustic guitar and just murmur through it. I really like that song. It's just a breakup song, and Dom reckons that when he wrote it, he'd not really had a breakup before, so he was just making it up. He's fully just making it up. No idea what it felt like, and just bashed that out. Yeah, I don't know how he managed that. That was yeah. The lyrics. There's 1,000 places that I could be, but there's so few that aren't tied to a memory. That's pretty potent. This idea that you could be going around anywhere, and you can't go anywhere without the scenery reminding you of your ex for some reason or other. I think that's really, really emotive, quite intensely. And the title as well, New Shadow, as a metaphor for like the kind of looming feeling of it. I think it's pretty spot on.
Well, I wish I had said something a little more and see you around when you turned your shoulder to my side at final time. But those 3 words were all that I could find to say, a far cry from the 3 we used to say. Storm clouds gather to harvest our tears for raindrops. Now I see blue skies, but they're so far away. From this shingle beach I have all to myself in the cold morning light of summer's end. Shadow on my mind is here to stay. Oh, I know that this new shadow on my mind is here to stay. Places that I could be, but there's so few that aren't tied to a memory. So here I am, this nondescript roadside cafe, somewhere on the motorway.